Hey everybody, John Skiba here from the Consumer Warrior YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about a question I get a lot from my bankruptcy clients. They ask and they're concerned about whether the bankruptcy court will accept their bankruptcy filing. But if this is your first time here to my YouTube channel, please click subscribe, check on that little bell, and that way you'll be notified each and every week when I put out new videos that'll help you deal with your serious debt problem. All right, so like I said, I'm a bankruptcy attorney in the state of Arizona, and a question I get from a lot of people who are considering bankruptcy, and even some of my clients, is how will I know if the bankruptcy court has accepted my bankruptcy, or if this is actually going to go through and I'm going to get a discharge or get those debts eliminated? Now, it's a good question, but it's one of those questions that you may be surprised to hear we actually know usually before your case is even filed. Now, back in 2005, they revised the bankruptcy code, and they changed things quite considerably. Before 2005, there was a lot more discretion involved as far as who could file Chapter 7, people who had to file Chapter 13. There's more discretion on the attorneys and the courts as far as just looking at the numbers and trying to determine on a case-by-case basis which ones were eligible or should qualify for a Chapter 7 discharge. Chapter 7 is the chapter of bankruptcy overwhelmingly that most people file. But with the 2005 amendments to the bankruptcy code, they really made it more of like a math problem as far as whether you can file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy and get the discharge. And because of that, I typically know before we file the case whether the case is going to go through successfully. Because you have to qualify to file Chapter 7 based upon, you have to pass what's called the means test, and that's based upon your household size, the number of people that live in your home, and then the household income. So, for example, let me give you some of the numbers here for the state of Arizona. And this is being recorded in June of 2022. So if you're watching this video later, please know that these numbers change quarterly. These numbers change constantly. So unless you're getting this video just right as we're releasing it, these numbers are likely to change. They're also different from state to state and even different counties within states. So unless you're in Maricopa County or in Arizona in general, you need to talk to someone in your particular state. But so in Arizona, to file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, an individual household of one must make $58,462 or less. That breaks down to about $4,800 a month. If it's a family of two, we're looking at $73,262 a year, or about $6,100 a month. And it keeps going up like that, where if you have a family of 8, if it was a couple with 6 kids, that's what I have, so that this number is important. It's important to me. You can make up to $129,341, or about $10,778 a month, and still qualify to file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now, even if your income is slightly above those numbers, there are different deductions that we can apply to it to bring them down. But I can tell you that if you come in and you're below the means test numbers, the chances of your case successfully being discharged by the bankruptcy court are almost guaranteed. The only other things that can keep you from getting your discharge is if there's any type of fraud that's been going on, or if you failed to disclose things in the bankruptcy court and essentially commit fraud to the court where if you're hiding assets and that kind of thing. I almost never see that. I never see anybody intentionally do that kind of thing. And frankly, in 20 years, I don't believe I've ever had a case where the Chapter 7 didn't go through because of those types of issues. So I hope that clarifies things, that if you're looking to file Chapter 7 and you're meeting with a bankruptcy attorney and they're saying, yeah, it looks good, you passed the means test, then you're pretty much, I don't want to use the word guaranteed, but you should sleep well at night knowing that your Chapter 7 bankruptcy is likely to be successfully discharged. If you're in the state of Arizona and you're considering bankruptcy, check below this video. You'll see my contact information and even a calendar link where you can set up a consultation. There's no charge for it, where we can go over your situation and determine if bankruptcy is the best option. And the shocking secret is a lot of times it's not, and I'll tell you if it's not and give you some other options. I appreciate you watching today.